Torah Garden, speaking the absolute truth. Torah Nation.
Shalom, shalom, shalom. Yashar'el, Yahuah, the Son of Shalom. Hallelujah. In tabernacles, listen, Yahuah is to be praised. We back at it again. Listen, I have to declare this witness. I have to tell you that you must be born again of the water and of the Ruach Ha'Qodesh. Listen, Yahuah has mandated me to do this. This is not open for negotiation. I cannot rest on anything that I have done prior to today, because he requires me to deliver his Besorah and his Torah to remind Yashar'el and Yahudah to wake them up to the reality of Yeshua and Yahusha HaMashiach and the need to be sealed with the Ruach Ha'Qodesh, to have the witness of Yahuah on the inside of you. Because see, without it, you're lost. Without it, you lose. Without it, you have no hope. Without it, there is no being of the nation of Yashar'el. Listen, without this witness, you were lost. Without the seal, listen, we listen to none other than Hezekiah. Listen, this man, woo, Hezekiah, this prophet. Freedom Wins 1.5. Listen, understand this. This man is prophetic. Listen. Yahuah is righteous to deliver his word, and he will do everything in his power to get his word across. See, I'm just one individual crying loud and sparing not. I don't know the right to this music. Yahuah, in the name of Yahusha Mashiach, I give you praise. I'm asking you to take the reins of my lips and the reins of my tongue and reign. Yahuah, I'm praying that no one be caused to stumble, no one come up lame, none be turned out of the way by anything that I speak. You declare, from my belly shall flow rivers of living water. Of this you spake of the Ruach Ha'Qodesh. You said, signs shall follow them that believe. The Ruach Ha'Qodesh produces signs. Yahuah, I pray right now in the name of Yahushua Mashiach, this word, this Ruach word will bring healing. This Ruach word will bring deliverance. This Ruach word will come with signs and wonders in the lives of those who receive it and testify to it. Yahuah, I pray in the name of Yahushua Mashiach, those that have an ear to hear, that receive it, will share your word. Yahuah, I pray in the name of Yahushua Mashiach that the words that I speak would be spirit and life. Yahuah, let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight. Yahuah, my strength and my redeemer. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Listen, man of Yah, woman of Yah, I love Yahuah. Listen. I love Yahuah. I love the people of Yahuah. Excuse me for a second. This bothers me. I love the people of Yahuah, right? And I give Yahuah praise for who he is in me. I thank him for the witness that I've received. Right? I thank Yahuah for his Ruach Ha'Qodesh. I thank you for the water and the blood. Listen. Man of Yah, woman of Yah, you must understand that Yahuah has provided for you Yeshua. Do you understand the extent to which he has instituted this plan of righteousness to establish you as a people? Yahuah has went through great pains to provide you a Yeshua. That if you reject it, you are left with no hope. If you refuse to receive this witness, you're lost. Make no mistake about it. You must receive this witness. Make no mistake about it. You must be born again of the water and the Ruach Ha'Qodesh. Understand that you must receive the Comforter. You must receive the Ruach Ha'Qodesh to be His. Listen, I am so thankful that Yahuah, after this hurricane came into Florida, right? And Yahuah put a bubble in my house. He put a bubble in my house, right? No damage, nothing catastrophic. Around me, yes, but not on me, right? Yahuah put a bubble around my house, right? He demonstrated it. Put a bubble over my house. He showed me. He said, this is why you never have to worry. Like, this is why you never have to fret, because, see, you have the seal. Listen, he said, I never have to worry because I have the seal. You have to understand the necessity of the seal. The Ruach Ha'Qodesh, the seal is going to cause you to go through great tribulation. The seal. Because see, the angels that come to bring judgment, before they come, and they have to know those who are sealed. Yeah. Just like, Moshe told the children of Israel to put the blood on the outsides of your doorposts. Right? So the who can see by the death angel who is sealed. Listen, you must receive the seal. You can't do nothing for Yahuah without the seal. You can't do nothing without the seal. Hear me, Yashar'el and Yahudah. Hear me, grafted in Gentiles into the body of the Mashiach. You can't do nothing without the seal. And listen, without the seal, right? Without the seal, you are of no value to you. Oh, yeah, that's right. I said it. Right? Without the seal, without the Ruach Ha'Qodesh, without you having the witness, born again of the water of the Ruach Ha'Qodesh, without you having the witness, having been filled with the Ruach Ha'Qodesh, having these signs follow you that believe. Without the witness of the Ruach Ha'Qodesh, man, without that, your life is of no value to you. See, that's a harsh statement, because people be like, well, Yahuah loves everybody. Yahuah cares for everybody. Listen, Yahuah cares for those who care for him. He shows mercies unto thousands of them that love him, right? And how do they demonstrate this love? By keeping his commandments. But see, you have to understand that in this renewed covenant, you have to receive this word of Yahuah, Yahusha HaMashiach made flesh. You have to receive this word, this Torah, right? You have to obey this word, this Torah. Yahusha said, I think it was in YOCHANON. He said it in YOCHANON. Let's see, YOCHANON 15? YOCHANON. Yeah, YOCHANON 15th chapter. He says, as the Father has loved me, so have I loved you. Continue in my love. Right? If you keep my commandments, you shall abide in my love, even as I have kept the Father's commandments and abide in his love. My commandments are the Father's commandments. My words are the Father's words. The words that I have to give to you are Torah. Yahushua wasn't sitting up teaching a new doctrine. He was teaching Torah. He was the fulfillment of Torah made flesh. He was that word that was in the bosom of Yahuah, that was spoken and declared, that had to come forth to produce fruit, because everything Yahuah says is a Torah. Everything Yahuah says is a Torah, because it always comes to pass. Listen, Yahuah never has a word that returns to him void. Right? Just like judgment. Just like the word that Yahusha said, that Torah made flesh, that you must be born again of the water, the Ruach Ha'Qodesh. That Torah, right, is enduring. Right? It doesn't change. Right? You still have to be born again. These signs shall follow them to believe. It's the Torah that Yahusha spoke. It was a command. He declared these words. Right? And they got to come to pass. Right? You got to receive the witness. You got to be born again of the water of the Ruach Ha'Qodesh. You have to understand this. Yahusha says, if ye keep my commandments, ye shall abide in my love. The Father, right, shows mercies unto thousands of them that love him and keep his commandments. That's Exodus 20:6. Right? He shows mercy unto thousands of them that love him and keep his commandments. Yahuah does not care about those who do not love him and keep his commandments. He does not care about y'all walking around in the awakening, right? Singing, dancing, and chanting, and doing all the things that you think you are to do in the that you think you are to do as a people and as a nation. Without the Ruach Ha'Qodesh, you cares nothing about it. You are of no value to him. Oh, no, we the people. Look, my DNA says I'm E1B1A. Listen, you are not the people until you receive the witness of Yahushua HaMashiach and come into compliance with what he said must happen. He said you got to be born again in the water of Ruach Ha'Qodesh. He told us you got to tarry and wait for the promise of the Father, because that's going to establish your permanency in this kingdom. And you will have signs following you that demonstrate your capacity to do what I have done in the earth. Right. You gotta be on it. You gotta receive the witness. He says, as I have kept my Father's, Abba, commandments. Right? You can't get away without keeping Yahuwah's commandments. And you can't be established without the witness of Yahushua HaMashiach, that Torah which shall never pass away. Heaven and earth shall pass away. But that Torah made flesh. That Torah that gave commandments, which were the Father's commandments. That Torah. Right. You got to receive that. You got to understand that. You can't love nobody without the witness of Yahushua Mashiach. You can't love nobody without having received the Ruach Ha'Qodesh. You can't even keep the commandments without having received the Ruach Ha'Qodesh. You couldn't keep the commandments before. You ain't going to keep them after. See, because that's why it's important to receive the blood that cleanses, right? But you got to receive the seal, the Ruach Ha'Qodesh, the Father and the Son in you, that it's going to prompt you, it's going to comfort you, it's going to reassure you, it's going to keep you in Torah. You ain't going to be able to keep Torah. Listen, all right, so I made it through the hurricane. Yahuah delivered 7 days. 7 days. Right? From Wednesday to the following Thursday morning. No power. Right? Still no power in some areas in Sarasota. Right? No power. Right? 7 days. The day that I was going to be leaving to go to North Carolina. That 7th day. I woke up that 7th day and I said, you know, I can't leave my house without power. I mean, we have a generator, but I can't leave that up to my wife to go in and put gas in and to know when to cut it in and when to cut it off and all of that stuff, along with going back and forth to work. You know, then we got the whole house concerns, you know, you make sure things are done, making sure, you know, the dogs are taken care of, all of that stuff. You know, I can't just burden her with all of that. So Yahuah, in the name of Yahushua Mashiach, I declare that I believe that in my heart you want me to go to this. I do. And I believe it in my heart. You want me to fellowship with the saints. You know, I don't fellowship with the saints like that, right? Because I don't have any. Not around me. Not around my area, right? So I don't get that fellowship, right? And then I get a chance to see my Aki, right? My Aki comes from Connecticut, and, you know, I'm coming up from Florida. We Airbnb-ing him. You know, we fellowshipping. You know, and he brought another brother in. Man, goodness gracious. Yahuah wants to do great things with that brother. Yeah, I know. Great things, that brother. Right. But listen. I needed this. So I told Yahuah, I said, you know, I need this, right? So it's Thursday, right? I want to be there Thursday, but I know that it's going to take 10 hours, so, you know, I don't want to be driving at night. So I need to be up first thing Friday morning, right? So, you know, I'm going to move forward, right? And I'm going to start breaking all this stuff down, right? I'm going to break it all down, right? Because, you know, I'm believing that you want your servant, right, to be in a place to bear witness to what's occurring, right? And understanding and being a blessing, right? And receiving a blessing. You know, understanding fellowship. Watching how people move in the Ruach, right? And without the Ruach, right? But you know, I knew it was something he wanted. So, you know, I got up that morning. Yeah, I cut the grass, took care of the yard, right? Disconnected the generator, put it to the side, started wrapping up the cords and stuff. You know, because I expected the power to come on. So I'm doing all this. See, we the last one in our area because our grid is so small. We only got like 170 houses. So, you know, we always go to the bottom. Even if there is power, we're going to be last. I said, man, you know, and I understand this, but you know what? I believe you're going to change things. You got something that you're going to do, and I believe it. Because I know what you want me to get to tomorrow. I know I got to get to this fellowship. I know I got to make this fellowship. I got to do this. Started putting things away. Right? Just moving forward. And Imuna. Right? I told Aki, I said, listen, I have every intentions on being there. I'm believing Yahuah is going to make it. He gonna do what's necessary. You know? Maybe about an hour and a half, 2 hours in, power kicks on. I go to praising Yahuah because he's great. Right? I do everything. I mean, I clean out the refrigerator. You know, I mop, sweep. I do the mopping and stuff in the house. I do all that. I did all of that stuff. I made sure that you know, that when I depart tomorrow, my wife ain't got to sweat anything other than getting in, maybe letting the dogs out like she do, right? Feeding them. That's it. You know, you don't worry about nothing else. You got to worry about the generator. You ain't got to worry about stuff that's in the yard, around the yard, stuff that need to be put away. You ain't got to worry about none of that stuff. You know? I mean, I have a clean refrigerator. You can even, you can even begin to do what you need to do with that refrigerator. Because, we had two refrigerators. One we ran, one we didn't. Right? The one we ran, I pulled everything out, cleaned it up, wiped everything down in it, and, right? Because, I'm going to do what I can do to make it for her. Because I'm going, right? So then of course, I cleaned up the motorcycle because I don't like to ride my motorcycle, any of my trucks, anything. I don't like it dirty. I had a cleaning business, so I'm more of a propensity to like things clean. But a motorcycle when I'm riding, it's got to be clean, It's got to be clean all the time. So, you know, I cleaned it up, got it ready. You know, and then I came in, you know, and I'm thinking, okay, Yahuah, you know, I need to probably go in. He said, no, you need to prepare to go. So I prepared to go. And you know what? The next morning, I was on the road at 7 o'clock. First time, right, taking a motorcycle that far, right? I had no reference. I just knew that I was riding Ruach, because that's what I named him, Ruach, right? And I know that I have the Ruach Ha'Qodesh, right? And I know that Yahuah has set his approval on me to go, so I expect his angels, right, to accompany me, right, the whole way, there and back, right? It's just my expectation, right, because I'm sealed, because I got a covenant with Yahuah, not because I'm A1, E1, B1A. Not because I'm black and I came over from the continent, though those are historically events that connect us to being the people. But the idea is that you are the people if you walk in the witness. Yeah, you have the Ruach Ha'Qodesh, the water, the blood. Listen, that's your indication that you're the people. So, you know, I knew that Yahuah was with me. Right? I rode, man. Started riding, got about a few hours in. Then the lights for my motorcycle tire said, you know, my motorcycle tire air pressure is low. I'm like, huh? So, you know, no problem. You know, I pull in. You know, devil's like, oh, no, you got a slow leak. Da-da-da. I'm like, shut up with that mess. I got somewhere I need to go. All right, because, you know, Satan wants to put you in a place of fear. Right, in reference to something you know you has already said he wants you to do. So, you know, stop and get gas and put air in the tire. It took me longer now, right? So I'm a little bit behind time. So right, you know, and you know, I'm checking the air pressure. Air pressure is right. So I adjusted the ride, because you know my motorcycle adjusted the suspension ride to balance things out. So I balanced it out the way it should have been balanced out. So I did that, you know, it's fine, right? Oh, initially it was cool too. It's kind of cool in Florida, you know. Good thing I, you know, prepared for the cold weather, because on the other end, oh my goodness. But anyway, so I leave and I drive, and I'm bringing you to a place where I want you to understand why you have to have his Ruach Ha'Qodesh. Right. Because the Ruach Ha'Qodesh is the comforter. The Ruach Ha'Qodesh is the revealer. Right, the Ruach Ha'Qodesh will show you what to do, and it'll show you where to go, and it'll get you where you need to be. The Ruach Ha'Qodesh will, right? It'll keep you on track, right? See, and I covered it. I got to have its guidance. I can't speak a word to you unless the Ruach Ha'Qodesh does it from my belly, because you know what? I just know that that's what he's gonna do if I yield myself to his direction. Right? So you know, he brought me. You know, I had to stop one time because, you know, I'm starting to get tired. You know, it's funny because you start getting tired on a motorcycle, man. You know, you don't get the boom, 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 boom. No, you get the sway crash. No. So, you know me, I'm sober. I'm like, okay, you know, I need to pull over. I need to pull over, grab me something to eat, and grab me some coffee, you know, get myself, you know. And I did. It took time. Right? So it ends up taking me 13 hours to get there. You know, when I got there, you know, I got there late, right? Friday, because, you know, I missed my Aki, Ayob. I wanted to hear Ayob, man. Man, I wanted to hear Ayob. I missed my Aki. I didn't get a chance to hear him. But, you know, my Aki is that my Aki had came down. He's like, look, man, I listened to Ayob, man. Ayob, he was fire. Fire. The Ruach Ha'Qodesh, fire. I said, man. You know, but they're gonna come a time when I'm gonna get in on them. I'm gonna get in with them. I'm gonna get on them. Get in it. But I missed it. But you know, when I got there, it was 13 hours. I started out, you know, it was dark. By the time I got there, it was dark. The temperature had dropped. You know, I've been there for I've been on the road for 13 hours on my motorcycle, man. And look, I got to the place, unpacked my stuff, took it off the motorcycle, got in, text I said, hey, El, do you want us to come get you? You want to ride the motorcycle? I'm thinking, man, all I want to do is go to sleep. Yahuah said, no, that's not why you come. You telling me you need to have him get you. I said, okay, Yahuah. Okay. I said, listen, man, come by and get me. He said, okay. So, I'm tired, but, I'm like, okay, Yahuah. Okay. I understand. This was a sacrifice. This was a blessing. Right? But it was a sacrifice. Because it was going to put demands on me physically. Right? But it's a sacrifice. So, he pulls up. Oh, man. I embrace my hockey, man. I love this hockey, man. I really do. It's a son to me, man. I mean, it's literally a son to me. And I was introduced to his friend and colleague, right? He had told his friend and colleague about me. He was like, "Oh, Elder, I feel like I know you already." Hallelujah, praise you. So we went, and they brought me back. Now, I'm tired, right? Right? And I walk in, and it's a Cody, right? She's standing up before the people. She's emceeing, right? She talking about the Ruach Ha'Qodesh and how, it manifests and how, what? It was like a switch went on. My Ruach was lifted. Listen, I should have got this Cody's name. I should have introduced myself to her because I wanted to encourage her, right? Right? I wanted her to understand, listen, Yahuah uses you. Don't you ever hold back. No matter how difficult it may be hard for people to hear, right? Don't you ever hold back, right? Don't ever not say what Yahuah is giving you to say, right? Don't matter if they want to hear it or not, because, she was going in. Oh, man. Right? In, like, sounded just like oh, man, she was going in. You hear me? She was going in. And, she's going in on about the Ruach Ha'Qodesh. Listen, because you call me, cry loud, spirit out, lift up my voice like a trumpet in Zion, tell my people they need the Ruach Ha'Qodesh. They need this witness. They need to be born again in the water, Ruach Ha'Qodesh. They need this witness. Right? You just can't go down in the water and come up without having asked Yahuah to receive the Ruach Ha'Qodesh. Without someone laying hands on you to receive the Ruach Ha'Qodesh. Now, there's some people that have an emunah in the word of Yahuah. Said that once they know that they follow what Yahuah said and they ask for the Ruach Ha'Qodesh, he gives it to them. But some people, you got to lay hands on them. Shaul did it. Right? See, but we get confused because we think that's too churchy. Right? See, but we forget that Catholicism hijacked the Torah. It hijacked the Torah, right? And it hijacked the letters, right? The Besorahs, right? Created an illusion, a distortion of righteousness, right? And so we've equated that with that being that. When in actuality, the reality of the Ruach Ha'Qodesh is greater than that because it's real. Yeah, see, it's real. Yahushua told the disciples to wait because the Ruach Ha'Qodesh comes in like winds. Maki Hezekiah, boy, listen. He opened up with Jerusalem. And this Ak is Ruach. he has the Ruach Ha'Qodesh, and you know he meditates in Torah. You know he prays. You know he fasts. Right? Because the Ruach Ha'Qodesh comes forth in the song. Right? Right? I know me, I'm observant. I watch people. You know, that music should take you into worship. That music should break your yokes. It should destroy your yokes. Because he signs follow them to believe. I can sing songs. But listen. I'm gonna get too far ahead. So this Akoti. Throughout the whole time, she moved in the Ruach. Until she has a disciplined life. You can tell she fasts and prays. You can tell she seeks Yahuwah's face. I mean, I could tell, because I had a Ruach Ha'Qodesh. I can't attest to everybody else, because there were some times she was speaking in the Ruach Ha'Qodesh and it went silent. I mean, it went silent. But it was on point, which is a testament to the people. See, because, you know, out of this awakening comes a lot of Christendom. Yeah, you know, people who are affiliated with a certain denomination. See, and this witness is none of that. We can't bring that into the witness. There ain't none of that. Right? We can't even bring those things that we did culturally if they weren't in the Ruach when we did them. Can't do that, y'all. We can't. We can't. That was something totally different. Now, Yahuwah gave me the Ruach Ha'Qodesh as a young man, early age. And I got signs following me. I know what he did with me. I know I had the Ruach Ha'Qodesh. But, you know, most of that other stuff never settled with me. I was always at odds against people. Right? Religious people. You know, people in the Baptist church, people in the Methodist church, right? People in assemblies churches, churches of God in Christ, church of God by faith, faith churches, always. Not understanding why, but, you know, now I understand it because I move in the fullness of Yahusha. I mean, that Ruach that he's given me in measure, but I have a fuller knowledge of who I am as his servant and as a people, right? She was going in, man. She was going in. And it wasn't a musical event. It was a harvest. It was a feast event. It was that feast before Sukkot. It's an event, right? Excuse me, for tabernacles. Excuse me. And it's a bunch of artists. You know, I don't even like to call them that. Right? Because either you are an occulty used of Yahuwah, or you Anak used of Yahuwah, or an elder, more, right? But, you know, she even dealt with the titles of things. In the Ruach Ha'Qodesh, I'm telling you, listen, when the Ruach Ha'Qodesh spoke, silence. I don't know if she's a part of that assembly or not. She said something about the women of Yahuwah. How the women of Yahuwah are rising up. And they need to. They need to. The men need to rise up. The women need to too. Because the men need the women. We need women that will mourn in the Ruach Ha'Qodesh for the nation. Listen, we need this. Right? Need this. So, literally, there were parts of this event that stood out to me. There were Akis and Akotis that performed, I don't know if I say performed, came forth in a gift. And it wasn't necessarily Ruach Ha'Qodesh, right? But it was a gift. It was a talent. Right? See, because when the Ruach Ha'Qodesh comes forth, burns, removes, and yokes are destroyed. Right? Right? But it's not for our entertainment. It's to magnify and glorify you. Are you not entertained? People just love entertainment. Right? But is any yokes being removed or destroyed? Burdens removed? Or are we continuing in what we have experienced? Right? In the things that we came out of. And just trying to merge the witness of Yahusha and call it the Ruach movement. I'm going to tell you something, right? I have the Ruach Ha'Qodesh, and I know when you don't. I have the Ruach Ha'Qodesh, and I know when you don't. See, the Ruach in me is going to commune with the Ruach in you. Listen, the Ruach in me is going to commune with the Ruach in you. It's going to demonstrate through your words. It's going to commune in close proximity and contact. Listen, right? Yahuchanon said, I didn't know who he was. But he was in close proximity of him. Right? When Mary and Elizabeth got together, baby leaped. Yahuchanon was Ruach. He had the Ruach Ha'Qodesh. He had the word, a sure word of prophecy given to him by Yahuah. Listen, you gotta understand, right? The Ruach Ha'Qodesh is essential. So you know, at this event, man, there was a lot of fellowshipping, and there was plenty of food, you know. It was a beautiful thing, you know, because he had ox. I had an ox there. There was sampling his wine. He makes wine. And no, I ain't got a problem with wine. No, I don't have a problem with it at all. So some of y'all may think, oh, it's getting wine. Listen, it's our culture, right? Now, I have a problem with in excess, right? Right? Drinking it to excess and becoming drunk. But no, I don't have a problem with it. So, you know, brother was there, and he had some wine, and, you know, we ended up buying like 5-6 bottles. You know, because I'm going to patronize. You know, if I can buy a tail of pork, I can buy yours. Y'all don't hear me. Anyway, but the whole time I'm there, I'm just praying in Ruach and observing what's happening. You know, I'm observing it, you know, and I have my Aki and, you know, his close friend with them, you know, we fellowship and we dialoguing and, you know, and me, I move a certain way when I'm in the midst of the Ruach, right? I have the Ruach, but I move a different way. And it's such that I'm more Ruachly observant and discerning, right? Because you got people that performed because that's what they knew it as, a performance. You know, like they do in the world. You know, they go out, they do their thing, and then they finish their thing and take their vows. You know. Look me up on Facebook. You know. And they leave. You know, see them come in and do their thing, they leave. No Ruach Ha'Qodesh, right? See, because, you know, when you minister in the name of Yahuah with a gift that he gives you, you have to make yourself available in the Ruach Ha'Qodesh because you may need to lay hands on somebody. See, because you have Ruach Ha'Qodesh, you may have to heal somebody. You may have to cast something out of somebody. See, you gotta understand something. Yahuah is giving you the Ruach Ha'Qodesh to do his service. He ain't just getting you up there to rap a song. If that song ain't removing no burdens and destroying no yokes, guess what? You ain't doing it in the Ruach. All you doing is performing. All you doing is entertain. I don't want no entertainment. I don't need no entertainment. I don't need entertainment. You know, listen, you can make the mistake of bringing over those same things that you did in Christendom into the awakening. Because this ain't that. This ain't that. Right? This ain't that. Let's do this. See, because, even in the awakening, even in churchdom, right? Even in churchdom, be it Baptists, be it Methodists, be it Catholic, be it whatever religious system you were under, right? It was abominable. It was abominable. It wasn't Yahuah. It wasn't Yahuah. Now, he's got some people that was there. He had some old mothers that had Yahuah's Ruach, right? See, these systems that brought us into this were the systems of Hasatan, right? This order of doing things was developed by Hasatan. These cemeteries. The cemeteries, right? They taught you to move without the Ruach Ha'Qodesh, and they made you believe that what you did emotionally and gifted was the spirit. It's not so. You got to unlearn all of that. And then, you got these ox that, didn't know what they're in the church. Right? Right? All they understand is Christianity. Right? You got something that never been in the church. They understand how to lyrics, how to rap, right? Some of them still cussing. You ain't in the witness. You ain't testifying of Yahusha. That's corrupt communication. Right? Yahushua said, if you love me, keep my commandments. Yahushua never said to allow corrupt communication to come out of your mouth. Right? You gotta understand. This is a calling. This is a ministry. You just can't just move in it like you would move in the flesh. You know, you just can't put a head wrap on and fringes and go to rapping and saying you rapping for you. No, you ain't. You rapping for yourself. Unless you've been born again of the water and the Ruach Ha'Qodesh, you wasting time. Because, you know, he ain't happy with that. He ain't pleased with that. And lyrically, all you doing is entertaining. Now listen. I'm going to talk about Lorphins, right? I love that Aki. I love that Aki, man. I love him. And I actually seen him for the first time. But you know what? We've talked on several occasions. By the phone. You know, he knows me on YouTube. I mean, you know, we share. I seen him for the first time. It's like we've been friends forever. Right? But that's because of his Ruach. Because of his Ruach Ha'Qodesh. He called me a while back. He said, you know, I'm starting to see Yahuah do miracles through my ministry and through music. And, you know, I said, that's the Ruach Ha'Qodesh. That's why you're in it. You just got to make sure that you continue to stay before Yahuah. You got to stay with him in fasting and praying, right? You got to stay before him, right? And you got to stay before him. You got to get away from sometimes from these people. You got to shut them off. You got to give yourself to the Yahuah. Songs that he produced have often ministered to my Ruach. Didn't entertain me. Ministered to my Ruach. Right? It did. Ministered to my Ruach. Anthem. Yahuah. Zavo. It's on the introductions, right, to the YouTube's portion of it. Because it was that Ruach. Played it. All the time almost. Ruach. Right? He's got other songs, man. They're just Ruach. Right? But you like you are in the place that you are in to have signs follow. See, because you know, if you in this sort of ministry, you should have signs follow. And you ain't in there doing your 3 sets and gone. What? You should be in here ministering. See, I know what my Aki Lorphin does. I mean, I know what he does, he tells me what he does, and he has no reason to lie. But listen, man, understand something. He's Ruach. Ruach. Everything he touches is Ruach. Now listen, you gotta understand. When you have a gift like his, he has to watch who he brings in. Because not
everybody has the Ruach of Yahuah. And not everybody is sincere. Not everybody is wanting to see you prosper. They want to get theirs, and they see him as a way to get to it. Oh yeah, I'm talking to somebody. It's got to be so ruachally tuned in that he can discern wickedness. Gotta understand this. Now there's other people that were performing. And there was some that was just ruach. But listen, you can't take what you have done in the Christian church. You can't use your theatrics. You can't parade around with the scriptures that you have read and you have quoted so many times, right? And get people emotionally hyped. That ain't the Ruach. That's that stuff that we learned as Baptist preachers, as Church of God in Christ preachers, as ministers. You know, this is not a hype thing. Hyping nobody up. People don't have the Ruach Ha'Qodesh. They should be so uncomfortable to be in your presence. Shouldn't. You know, it's interesting, you know. There was so many people that were distracted. You know, taking selfies and want to take a picture with uncomfortable. You know, I watch Hezekiah. Right. Watch the move. It's because I watch everything. Watch the move, though. You know. Watch them sing. Watch them declare his word, his message. And, you know, he spoke a word about winds. He spoke a word about how it came. To Yahuwah gave it to him. How Yahuwah by the winds and the waves raised up the ark. See, because you got to have the Ruach Ha'Qodesh to be understanding and to discern what he's saying. You got to understand that it's Ruach. The word that he spoke was Ruach, and it wasn't long. It was short. Freedom wins. Freedom wins. Yahuwah is raising people up. Right? But you got to come through the water. You got to receive the Ruach Ha'Qodesh, the pneuma, the wind. Yeah, I see, you know. Got to understand this. This brother wasn't so concerned about getting the rap lyrics right. It was prophetic. He was feeding you while rapping. He needed you to understand how Yahuwah When you hear the trumpet in that sound, shout his name. Shout or praise. That's ministry. It's not gimmick. It's not a performance. That's ministry. Oh, my spirit was full. It's Ruach Ha'Qodesh. It's Ruach Ha'Qodesh. People want to come and take selfies with him. You know, I often wonder is Yahuah offended by that? Because, you know, I felt at times, you know, this guy was kind of uncomfortable with it. Right? I mean, I sit there in my Ruach, because I watch him. But, you know, he's kind. He's humble. Right? He's humble. Right? He's humble. Everything about this brother presents humble. Who would have thought this brother was a gun-toting, robbing, stealing from people kind of dude? I just know that because that's what he sings in the songs. But listen, understand this. Humble. You want to take a picture with him? Is Yahuah offended? Is Yahusha offended? Did you want that selfie more than you wanted the explanation of freedom wins? Did you want the Ruach Ha'Qodesh and to be delivered from water, or delivered, lifted up? Or did you want that selfie? See, I'm just going to tell you what the Ruach Ha'Qodesh is telling me. See, now that occult, man, right? When I get her name, I'm going to send her a message of encouragement. She may be on my Facebook page. I mean, I got so many people on my Facebook page. I don't know them all. I don't know. Some of them I know I see, you know, because they come up on my storyline. You know, oh, okay, oh, there she go. Yeah, you know, but I just don't come up to people like, oh, how you doing? You on my Facebook page? I ain't doing no crazy man like that. I ain't doing no crazy madness like that, right? But I know you, I see you, right? Know you, I see you. So, Scotty. And I'm doing this because I need you to understand that it's not about entertainment. It should have been a time of fellowship, right? Which it was. A time of lifting up Yahusha Mashiach, Yahuah, which it was. Burdens should have been removed. Yokes should have been destroyed. Right? It ain't about us being entertained. It's not about us, you know, trying to get more subscribers. It's not about us getting Apple Pay. Listen. It's about serving Yahuah. telling you, a lot of that stuff is trying to make its way into the witness. Because the awakening is what it is. The awakening is just the understanding that you are people. You may come out of ICUC. You may come out of the camps. You may come out of the churches, Baptist churches. Right? You may just came off the street, the block. Right? But you all come off with your own understanding and idea of what you think this is, but it ain't that. It ain't that. You got people like, we got to go to the old ways, right? Old ways. What that look like? How do you know what that looks like? Right? How do you know? And is Yahuah more interested in the fact that the old ways should incorporate having received a clean heart? Right? A clean heart. Because he's given you a new heart, and taking away the heart of stone, only stone of flesh, and replaced it with a heart of flesh. Is it the fact that the old way gave you Yahusha's witness? Yahuwah's giving you his Ruach Ha'Qodesh. Now you can keep Torah. The old way is keeping Torah. Keeping Torah. As a nation of people, it's keeping Torah. It's keeping Torah. It's obeying the commandments. And the dance. The performing of the dance. Did it look like that? Does it look like that? As a culture, as a people. That's European. I mean, that's Hellenistic. You can't bring them together. Ruach Ha'Qodesh. Right, so Hezekiah ministered. Lorvin ministered. He ministers. Oh, and the group Songs of I want to say Songs of Zion, but it's not Songs of Zion. It's anyway, it's a group. Just beautiful worship music that inspires you to worship Yahuah. It's wonderful, man. Just wonderful, just wonderful. Right? Then you had this younger Coty. She was going in, boy. She was rapping. She was going in. She was. But you can tell she comes from Ruach experience and background. Some father, family, praise. She's young. Young. Listen. So, the Chakotay got to the point where, artists is coming in and they do their performance and they leave. They get in, they do their thing and they leave. Right? She stood up, took the mic and did her thing. She went in the Ruach and began to explain to these young artists what the Ruach Ha'Qodesh in them should look like. She drew a comparison. And I agree wholeheartedly. She drew a comparison between Lorvins and Hezekiah. The idea is that you ain't gonna be doing this without the Ruach HaQodesh. You just sounding brass and tinkling cymbals. You're not doing anything for Yahuah. No matter how many times you mention Yahuah in your rap, no matter how many times you say about Yahuah, how he's changed me, your testimony, you got the Ruach HaQodesh. Have you received the Ruach HaQodesh since you believed? It's because the Ruach HaQodesh makes a difference. See, the Ruach HaQodesh is going to cause you to fast. It's going to cause you to pray. It's going to cause you to meditate. Right? You ain't going to go into the studio until you hear from you. You're going to consecrate yourself. Hezekiah said, it's time to go on a fast. It's time to make the devil mad. Listen, if you're really hearing his lyrics, you will know that he has the Ruach HaQodesh, because only those who have the Ruach HaQodesh is going to understand the necessity of fasting and praying. She's a goatee, man. She went in right after an artist. He's gathered his stuff and he was getting ready to go out. She didn't care. She spoke a word. And you know what's interesting? When that word came forth, you could hear a pin drop. Because it was the Torah of truth. She said, you just make a noise. Ruach HaQodesh. Without the Ruach HaQodesh, you just make a noise. Just performing. And we all know who has Ruach HaQodesh. I think she said that too. Excuse me. I think she said that too. She said, we all with Ruach HaQodesh, we know. See, because you got to be available. You may need to pray. You may need to lay hands. You may need to bring a word of healing. And she encouraged these young brothers, rapping, encouraged them. One brother had called himself the no-name servant. She heard his name. She said, what? No-name servant. And then she went to expound on it from the text. How they were looking for the prophet. But that's not why he got his name. It's not his explanation. I just don't want it. I just don't want I don't want it to be about me. I think that's what it said. I don't want it to be about me. It's about the Most High. She was happy. Did y'all hear that? Because she went into the whole explanation about the no name. But it was texting you. You understood Torah and the scriptures. You was rejoicing because you understood that. He understood, but that wasn't the way he got the connection from. He just didn't want his name to be up for late. He didn't want that. And the Ruach in her said, listen, y'all, we got to pray for this young man. Stretch your hands to him. She said, if you pray, you got a son, you got a daughter, you better pray. You stretch your hands and then pray the Ruach Ha'Qodesh to take control of this man's life. She understood. It's about the Ruach Ha'Qodesh. It's about the witness of Yahusha. You can't do this thing. You just making noise. See, we got Ruach Ha'Qodesh. No. Just making noise. Watching people. See, I watch people. I see what they doing. You got the people that are trying to move in the Ruach and the Spirit. You got people snapping selfies. Recording and video recording. You know, I recorded Hezekiah's. Because I'm a freedom man. Like freedom twins. But no, I didn't go up and take no selfie. No. Because I don't want nobody want to take no selfie with me. Because you know why? This is not that. This is not that. See, because the people who really want something, they going to want to touch the hem of his garment. They want to get out. They just want to get healed. They going to want to be delivered. They going to want to be set free. They ain't in no selfies. Can you imagine Yahusha? People see Yahusha doing these great things. Oh, Yahusha, can I get a picture with you? Is your heart clean? Do you want me to hold you? You just want a picture. So, listen. So, she went on this occult. She went on, right? He prayed for this young man. And then quarter later on, she spoke on how your witness, if you're doing this for Yahuah, you need to do it in Ruach Ha'Qodesh. Because there's going to be signs following you. Right? Right? You ain't doing your set and leaving. Like you some worldly Hasatan agent. See, Hasatan's people, they get in there and do they set, make their money, and they go because they got their paycheck. They don't care about them people. Now you got some of them that want to get the groupies. Yeah. They don't care about people. Not like that. They were like, oh, you know, my fans. I love my fans. Yeah, you know that chick. You like them albums being sold. You like them YouTubes. You like those Apple Pays. But are you in it to remove a burden and destroy a yoke? I'm telling you, there's a few of them that stood out above them all. It's because they have the Ruach Ha'Qodesh. And you gotta have the Ruach Ha'Qodesh. Right? You gotta have the Ruach Ha'Qodesh. Now, is there a problem with celebrating, right, in Yahuah? Dancing before him? No, it's wonderful. It's a wonderful thing. You know, we did it. Wonderful thing. But the focus is the relationship of you and Yahusha with you. That's why you celebrate it. That's why you celebrate. Right? That's why we remember Sukkot. Not because we remember tents. We don't remember tabernacles because we remember tents. We don't go out to tabernacle in tents just to remember tents, per se, for tents. Yahusha is the fulfillment of tabernacle. Right? You should be the tabernacle that Yahusha fills. You should thereby be the fulfillment of that witness on the inside of you. So, this Cody, again, I can't say enough about her. I really can't. I really can't say enough about her. Listen, she is an on-fire woman of Yahuah. Oh, yeah. She is an anchor. Somebody. Oh, she's an anchor to somebody. Oh, man. And you know what? These are the kind of women that we should have in the witness. These are the type of women that you should have in your assemblies. Who gonna speak to the Ruach Ha'Qodesh? Ain't gonna finagle. Jump around stuff. Let stuff go. Not speak up in righteousness. Not deal with these young women. And put it on them young men too. Let the mature women teach the younger women. Teach them how to love their husband. I don't care if they're single. If they have the Ruach Ha'Qodesh, they know what they did wrong. So they can tell you what you need to do right in Yahuah. Yeah, because they in the witness now. Yahuah's revealed and continues to reveal a lot to them. So, there's a 13-hour travel there. And there's an 11-hour ride back. Because all I did was, stop, get gas, use the bathroom, and ride. Right? I love riding. I would have took the scenic route back. It's been 13 hours. Probably would have did it in 14, maybe. Yeah, 14 hours. But I didn't want to wait that long. I didn't want to be coming in the dark. So, I left at the time, came the way that I came, and made it home during the day. And Yahuah is faithful. So all in all, my take on the event is that it was beautiful. It was. We got work to do. Got work to do. We got work to do. And you know what? In the Ruach Ha'Qodesh, Yahuah's going to give you what you need to get the job done. And if you can't do it in the Ruach Ha'Qodesh, it is of no value to you. No matter how many songs you write, how many songs you sing, if you can't do it in the Ruach Ha'Qodesh of Yahuah, sounding brass and tinkling cymbals, you are none of his. Crucial. And again, this is not Christianity. This ain't camps. This ain't your assembly, my assembly, we assemblies, our group of 7. This ain't that. This ain't that. This ain't that. This is not that. This is not that. If the truth be told, they all need work. From the head leaders down to the last servant in a seat. All of them. They need to have the entire witness. They need to have the Ruach Ha'Qodesh, the water. But listen. I don't give you room if you don't have the Ruach Ha'Qodesh. I ain't gonna give you no opportunity to do anything until you can demonstrate that you have the Ruach Ha'Qodesh. And it's not because you clash, right, with me because of something that I ruachally showed you in the Word and you got mad. The games. Listen, I'm telling you, man, you gotta understand this word, this witness. This witness is greater than what we have even begun to experience. But that's why it's only going to be a remnant, because only a remnant are going to hear. Right? When that cool thing's going in, man, clear pin drop. I know I'm talking about a pin drop in a room that was before it was so noisy and loud, right? At a performance and as a performer. And then when she came in with the Ruach Ha'Qodesh to bring correction. That's all it was. Here, pin drop. You didn't hear nobody saying hallelujah. Of course you know me, because I'm just like that. But you know, you have people raising their hands talking about praise Yahuah. All praise to the Most High Yahuah. Listen. Who was his name? Tom Cruise told, what's that actor's name? Nicholas. No one, Jack Nicholas. It was it De Niro? It's De Niro. Right? In that movie about that Marine that they, did an investigation on because he had lost his life and other Marines had gave him a soap party. And, you know, military, you know, that's when, you know, you got this soldier that just can't get it right. Right? You just can't get it right. So what you do is you discipline him. And, you know, commanders know. They don't say nothing. Discipline. Give him a soap bath or soap. You ever put soap in a sock and you just go to whoop it. And you hold them down. Right, so you can't get up. Because you couldn't get it right. Didn't get it right. Well, you know, in the movie. Got to the point where Tom Cruise was trying to get a confession from this man. This general, I think it was a general. This general was like, you know, he says, you know, he's like, I want to know, you need to tell me, I want the truth. I want the truth. I want the truth. De Niro said, you can't handle the truth. You can't handle the truth. Right. Well, what was the truth? Yeah. You got to do some things sometimes
to get people to understand their error. And at times it may mean you got to do this. That's what he was confessing. Right? See, you know, when you a righteous servant of Yahuah, man or woman, and Yahuah caused you to cry loud and spare not, and to lift up your voice like a trump in Zion, right? He caused you to declare a word, you got to do it. People can't handle the truth. Right? They can't handle the truth. They don't want the truth like that. Excuse me. They want to think that it's all okay. Adonai said it in order. Right? My hat goes off to her. You know, it's interesting. You know, I don't really spend time listening. Like, you know, this is a live event, so you know, you get a chance to see people that you may have on Facebook in different get to see them in the flesh, right? And you know, you watch how they move. You know, you don't like stare at them, but you know, you watch and you see how they interact. I tell you, as far as I'm concerned, the Ruach in her was the spotlight. And whatever Yahuah tells you to do, she should by chance listen to this. Don't you dare hold back. Don't matter who it is. If Yahuah tells you to say something, you better say it. I say Yahuah's got to send the word. The word has to bring Yeshua or judgment. It has to. See, because the word has come now, right? At the event it came. Right? And if they took heed and received it, right? And began to make moves to change it, then you've won somebody. But if they've heard that word and they've rejected it, you judge somebody. See, Yahuah has to make you like flint, right? See, he's done that to me. I mean, flint. I ain't gonna bite my tongue for nobody, nothing. I don't care. Because if Yahuah tells me to say something, I'm gonna say it, right? I don't care about whether or not I'm defriended. I don't care whether or not, you know, you don't like me, or, you know, because I don't say anything based on whether or not I like somebody. I say something based on what Yahuah has called me to say. Yahuah is the judger of characters, and if he gives me a word to say to you, he's judging your character, and he's giving you a word and giving you a way to repent and do what he needs you to do so he can get you right. So look at that. Hats off to that Adonai. Hats off to that Adonai. And the program was beautiful. Right? Like everything. You know, there's room for improvement. Right? There's room for improvement. Right? Selection process. Qualifying should be you have Ruach Ha'Qodesh. I'm saying, you know, you want people to hear a word from the Ruach Ha'Qodesh. Not just because
they're popular. But because you know that their word, their song ministers. And again, that's a process too. You know, and this is not to at all to cast shade on Hezekiah. Right? No, not at all. Right? But Hezekiah had to get to a place in the Ruach Ha'Qodesh where he understood what it took, right? Because he had some he was lyrically sound, right? But you know, you can't have fresh water and bitter water flow from the same cistern, right? Bitter and sweet water, they can't run together, right? You can't have corrupt communication and say praise Yahuah, hallelujah, all in the same breath. You can't do it, right? But he dedicated, he transitioned, he made the move to a deeper relationship with Yahuah through the Ruach Ha'Qodesh and through the Word. So you can tell he spent time in the Word. You can tell he spent time in the Word. You can tell he spent time on stage. You can tell he spent time praying in the Ruach Ha'Qodesh. You can tell he spends time with Yahuah. You can tell. And you know, people have to grow. But you know what? Have you received the Ruach Ha'Qodesh since you believed? Have you received the Ruach Ha'Qodesh? I know you heard about the Ruach Ha'Qodesh, but do you know what it looks like? Well, you know, I be trying. No. The Ruach Ha'Qodesh comes into a vessel that has been swept clean. It's been garnished. And once in that vessel, it's going to be there to lead you and guide you into all truth. All you have to do is submit to it. But if you don't, it's going to flee. It ain't staying. It ain't staying. Have you received the Ruach Ha'Qodesh since you believed? Man of Yah, woman of Yah, again, that was just something the Most High wanted me to talk about. I knew, you know, we still in Ezra. I think we almost out of Ezra. And we're going to be going into that 16th. Maybe, did we finish the 15th chapter totally? And anywho, we're going to be going into... I don't think we finished the 15th chapter. No. We're going to finish up the 15th chapter, then we're going to finish up the 16th chapter, and then we're going to be through Ezra. And we're going to be going in. Going in because I got to do what you was called me to do. So, to the event... The people that put on the events, the people that made the sacrifice and the dedication, I applaud you. I applaud you, your hard work, your endless effort to make sure that the event went on. Tabernacles. Might have been nice to experience tabernacles. And who knows, we may next year do that, right? And anywho, I applaud you. Right. Applaud you in the Ruach Ha'Qodesh. And again, I applaud the MC. I don't know if they call her an MC, but you know. I applaud her. I rejoice before Yahuah on her behalf, for her, her unframed words. And I pray that Yahuah continues to bless you. But don't you dare not ever say something that Yahuah gives you to say. If Yahuah's giving you a word, you better give it. Yahuah tells you to say something, you better give it. Because you know what? It's a word of justice. It's a word of judgment. It's a word of blessing. It's a word of judgment. And you have to be used by you. Yahuah, I give you praise for the words that you have given me to give to them. I pray that they would receive it in emunah. That they would receive it in emunah. That the words that I speak would be spirit and life. You have given me your Ruach Ha'Qodesh, and you declare from my belly shall flow rivers of living water. This you speak of the Ruach Ha'Qodesh, which you said comes with signs. Yahuah, I pray right now in the name of Yahushua Mashiach that everyone that hears this word, it would quicken and make them alive, cause them to understand the necessity of the witness, because this is still about the witness. It's about having the Ruach HaQodesh, the water and the blood, having been born again of the water and the Ruach HaQodesh, because you have no pleasure in sounding brass and tinkling cymbals. You are praying. I thank you for all that you are and all that you do. Let the words of my mouth and meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight. Yahuah, my strength and my redeemer. Man of Yah, woman of Yah, called to greatness, women of Yahuah, beautifully and wonderfully made. Today, Yahuah's favored you. Listen, go forth in this witness. Be ye healed. Be ye delivered. Be ye set free by the authority of the name of Yahushua Mashiach. Be it so. With that I say, shalom, 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 and be blessed. Torah Guardian, speaking the absolute truth. Torah Nation.